Hey everyone, welcome to day 20. Oh my gosh, we are moving quite along in this 30-day live stream event. So in today's, actually I haven't even got my computer open. In today's live stream, I'm going to be talking about how to manifest a specific desire. Because it was a question that actually came in today from someone in my Facebook group. So I figured today would be a good time to answer that question. Let me just drink my cold coffee. Oh gosh, okay. Oh, that is cold. So manifesting a specific desire, right? So for this, I would probably focus on more, like if you want to manifest a trip or some kind of object. This is more what I'm thinking about when manifesting a specific desire, but it's the same across the board. But if you have something that you're really set on already, that you're focused on, it's really, really good, because naturally all of your energy and all of your vibes will already be kind of geared towards it. It will already be focusing on it naturally without you thinking too much about it. And so this goes back to how I said in the vision board workshop that I have, that when you're creating your vision board, it should be your absolute heart's desire. It should be what's absolutely in your heart. Because for me, I found that when it is 100% what's in my heart, I can get behind it so easy, and it just all lines up perfectly and it manifests very quickly. But if it's something I would like, but I'm not fully behind it, or I'm like, oh yeah, that would be nice, or it seems a little bit too far-fetched to me and what I believe I can have, it might as well not be there, because it's not going to manifest anytime soon. So, in saying that, let's talk about how to manifest a specific desire. So if you already have, if you already know what you want, great, you're like halfway there. Because if you truly want it, you're naturally already behind it. It's naturally already on your mind. Now, your job is all about getting behind how you feel and getting into the frequency of what you want, right? Because obviously, more than often than not, we're going to be faced with some obstacles, with some challenges of like believing we can't have it. Things come up, to deter our vibes and throw us off course. But our job is to live in faith and knowing that it's already here, right? So here would be my process. Let's use an example of, say you want to manifest a $30,000 car, right? You need a car, you want a car, you've seen a car that you really love, and you want to manifest it. And you don't want to have to pay it off. You don't want to have to go into debt to pay for it. You don't want to have to, you want to manifest it in a pure way, like whether it's given to you, whether you win it, whether you buy it in cash. But you don't want any strings attached to it, because that's another thing I find, is that a lot of people want to manifest things, but when they do manifest them, they manifest them with strings attached to it, right? So let's say $30,000 car, completely purchased in whole, there's no payments, there's no debt, there's no struggle to go into having it. It's just there, it's yours, and that's it. Once you have it, you have it. You don't have to think about it anymore, right? So let's say that's the desire. Then what I would go into is I would get my journal out. I would get my journal, and then I would write what are my beliefs about this car, about manifesting this car, that makes me feel like I can't have it. So why can't I have it, right? And so this is where you will start digging into any beliefs, any blocks, any negative thoughts you have about this car, like manifesting this car, and why you don't deserve it, why you can't manifest it, why it's not going to be yours. And so if we were using this example, it would be like $30,000 is a lot for a car. I don't, what would another belief be? I don't deserve to have a brand new car. I'm not responsible with looking after cars that expensive. I think it's expensive. I feel like it's frivolous to desire that when there are cheaper cars to get. What other beliefs would I think about it? It seems excessive to want a $30,000 car. No one in my family drives a car that costs that much. What else? It will cost a lot to run. And like, I don't know about over in America or the rest of the world, but in New Zealand, like we have Warrant Fitness and we have a registration cost, and then we have services like every 6 months or every year or something. So that could tie into it. I don't know. If you didn't have a license, you'd be like, oh, I have to get a license, blah, 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 right? So any belief that comes up that makes you think that you can't have it, why you can't have it, anything that makes you, like any kind of belief that you would have. And then what our job is to ask ourselves, is it essentially true? Like, is it too expensive? Do we honestly don't deserve it? Is it frivolous? Is it such a bad thing if you have to get your license? Is it such a bad thing if you have maintenance costs? Are you truly that irresponsible that you couldn't like have a car? And then obviously none of it's true, right? You fully deserve it just because the fact you want it. It's not frivolous. It's just a desire, and you can have it because you want it. And so what I would go into then is doing some clearing stuff. So I might do some forgiveness work around it. Like if any funky beliefs have come up around cars and why you can't have it, maybe it's like someone in your past like made you have a negative association with owning property, like owning a vehicle, property. Or maybe they did something to you that involved a car or something, anything like that. I would do some forgiveness around that. So write each line what you're holding a grudge about, or something that you've done. Maybe you crashed your car a couple of times, or maybe maybe you got a lot of speeding tickets or fines, parking fines or something, and you're scared that you're going to do it again. Like I would do forgiveness stuff around that. Forgive yourself. What else? Maybe you're worried that all your friends are going to want rides from you or something, right? Or maybe you feel like the car that you want is not appropriate for your age or your life stage where you're at. So maybe you're a mom of 4 and you want like a little sporty car, but you feel like that's inappropriate because you should want a family car, you know? So work through any beliefs around that, and do forgiveness on each of those things. Like clear it all out with, I forgive you, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you, or I forgive you, I release you, thank you. Anything about forgiving and releasing, I've talked about it in another live stream, how forgiveness work, or in the Hawaiians call it ho'oponopono. I can't remember the Māori word for it, but I like ho'oponopono better than the Māori word. But it's a Polynesian practice of forgiveness. And we do it in my culture, though I've never, like the first time I heard about it was through Denise Duffield Thomas. So thanks, Denise. I've never done it in my own culture, but it's cool to know that we have that. But yeah, it's the Hawaiian practice or Polynesian practice of forgiveness. And essentially what you're doing, you're cleansing your cells. You're cleansing all that weird, funky energy that you've got in your cells about your hang-ups with your beliefs about why you can't have a car or anything else that you're trying to clear or manifest, right? So do that. And then after I do forgiveness, I would I go into why I want it? Yeah, okay, that's what I do first. I would then ask the universe to guide me, right? Would I do that first? Yeah, well, I mean, you can do it anytime. It doesn't matter. Like, the universe is there all the time. So, well, let's say we don't do that first. Let's say we do these other things first. I would write a list, like a practical list, because this is my practical side coming out. I would write a list of why I desire it and what it's for. Like, what I would use the car for, right? Obviously, getting around. I would use it for transporting stuff. I would use it to be able to visit people. I would use it to be able to go on road trips. I would use my car to be able to go and pick up things for people, you know, like anything that you would actually use the car for. And then if you still felt like it was frivolous and you're still like processing, working through those beliefs, I would then go into how me having this car supports the world, right? And it seems like, oh my God, who the hell would ever think about how it supports other people when you're going to buy a car? But like, the mind isn't technically rational all of the time. So sometimes we need to know that what we're doing is for the good of humanity, even though it seems like it doesn't really matter. It's not relevant. But ask yourself, how would you having a car support others? Well, maybe it means that you could drop your family members off to work, or you could drive people around. Maybe if you wanted to do an Uber business and you wanted to do that, that means you could get people to the places that they need to go. How else could it help people? Well, it means that if you have a car, then you have maintenance costs. So, and you also have like, oh my God, what are they called? Like normal car costs, like what I was just talking about, like a warrant and registration. So that means people keep their jobs because you pay these fees, you pay the company that you get the car from, so therefore they have a payday, they still get to have a job, like they stay in business. It means your money that you're paying for that car goes to all the people who manufactured that car, like way back at the beginning stages of that car being built. It pays them. It also pays the people who you pay maintenance fees to, because that's their job, and you know, they get to stay in a job. It pays the mechanics, the tire people. I really don't know what you know. It pays like a lot of people. You having a car actually enables more people to have their jobs for longer, right? It helps money flow. You having this car helps money flow around the world, right? It's not just frivolous anymore. You're actually helping the flow of money around the world. You're helping the economy. You're helping people keep their jobs because you have chosen to have this thing and pay for it, right? Or manifest it, but you still have to pay for maintenance costs and stuff. Yeah, so go into that. Go into how it actually supports the world, you manifesting this desire. And then after that, I would ask the universe for guidance, but what I would do is I'd ask for guidance, and I'd ask to let it go. I would let it go up to the universe. I would completely release the reins. Would I do that? Would I do that now? Well, I could do that now, but if you still have really funky beliefs around it, or if you're still like not 100% there, then I would go add into telling a new story. Because if like the writing the list of how does this support me and how does it support the world, if that hasn't 100% got you into feeling really good about manifesting this thing, then I would go into telling a new story about it. Like, I'm willing to see this differently. I'm willing to see that me having a car isn't frivolous because of these reasons, right? And it can be helping the world, helping the economy, helping the flow of money around the world. It can be because it helps you, it helps your family, it helps just you have more access to the world. It helps you get to, I don't know, what would you call it? Buildings. It helps you get to places where you need to be to teach your craft, you know, to teach what you have to teach. Maybe you're a speaker. Maybe you are a teacher. It helps you get to your jobs, you know, like I would start telling this story. Hi Heather, thank you. Thanks for your comment. And just keep telling that story until you get to a place where you feel really good about it, right? Where you feel like, oh yeah, I've got this in the bag. Then I would give it up to the universe. Then I would be like, okay, universe, I know that you deeply support me. I know that this is my work. My work here is done. Now it's up to you. And I completely trust you. And then you give it up, you detach from it, right? And anytime you start freaking out about it, you come back to doing your journal work. It's all about getting yourself back into a really good feeling place about it. And that's really all it is. Right? That's my simple way of manifesting a specific desire. That's how I would go about it. And if I could like bring it all down into a nutshell, all it is about getting you into alignment with feeling good about it, right? So you have this desire, and most of the times we're like, oh, I don't know if I deserve that or believe I can have that. What we want to do is we want to be like, yeah, I fully believe that I can get this. And then we might like fall off a little bit, but our job is to get back here and go like, yeah, actually no, yeah. And the more that we do that, the more that we become a match to it, and the more that we align with it, and the more, bang, it manifests. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed that. I actually enjoy that too. You know, so like I teach this stuff and sometimes you forget like how good it is. Yeah, anyway. I love manifesting. I love this work. I love it so much. So yeah, anyway, if you found this valuable, this live stream valuable, if you have any friends who want to manifest specific desires, please share this live stream with them. I think it would help them. And of course, if you have any comments or feedback, notes from people, comments or feedback, or anything you just want to share about things you've manifested or what you're trying to manifest right now, or you have any questions, just pop them in the comments box below. And other than that, I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.